What's up, fellow developers? Welcome back to the shop. So, these last couple of years, game development has really been democratized. Everyone and their great grandma's, little baby's cousin's auntie can make a game. I mean, everybody, and that's great. A lot of times, nothing comes of those projects. A lot of times, people find out that game development is not for them. Some folks find out that they like playing games more than making them. But for those of us who actually have a deep, deep passion to make games, there are a lot of tools out there to help us with that goal and that journey. The reality is, though, things like characters and consequently character animation are probably the most undeveloped department when it comes to software. You can always find a site for textures. You can always find a site for creating materials. You can always find a site to model and all these things that make the game. But we only have a select few programs for actually creating characters for those who can't make them from scratch. And sadly, we just lost one of the coolest ones in Manuel Bastoni's lab. So that's unfortunate. So today we're going to talk about 4 other alternatives that you can use to create your characters to help you with your game development journey and to help you get just a little bit closer to releasing that game to the world. Let's get into it. All right, first up is Make Human. Now, Make Human has been around for some years. It is one of the first, if not the first, to really take up this software genre, but don't fact check me on that. It has tons of options, tons of customization. It has limited clothing, but you can find that elsewhere. You can make children, you can make babies, you can make teenagers, adults, old people. And it also connects a skeleton to your model that you can later then animate with inside of your chosen DCC tool. I believe it even has game exports for Unreal Engine and Unity and so forth. So if you haven't used Make Human or if you haven't used it in a while, this is a great time to come back into it. Coming in at number 2 would be Dash Studio. Now, Dash Studio is very unique. It has a lot of features, a buttload of content. Like, it has a very huge content library where even other artists and developers can submit their content to be sold on the store or given away for free to be used inside of Dash Studio for rendering and setting up scenes and things like that. You can create your own models and use those, export them to Unreal and Unity. One thing you have to look out for, though, is the licensing model, because doing certain things in Dash Studio requires a interactive license. So if you're getting something off the content store from another developer, make sure you're looking at the licensing model of that content to make sure that you can use it inside of a video game, so you're not chased down and sued or whatnot. So be very careful about the content inside of the library on the website. But other than that, the app itself, go crazy. You can morph almost anything. A lot of things are combinable. Things look very realistic. You have the PBR and the reacts to lighting the way a character or an object should. You can export to FBX. You can even send Dash directly to Maya if that's your chosen software. Dash Studio is probably one of the least I'm familiar with. I've always had the software on my computer, but I've never actually used it. But I will be doing an in-depth tutorial on how to use all 4 of these softwares. Well, sorry, all 3, and I'll tell you why that is in a minute. The next one that we're going to talk about is Adobe Fuse. Now, this piece of software is really one of my favorites. It's very highly customizable. It has tons of options for facial and clothing and things like that. You can modify almost all of the blend spaces in the faces and the arms. You can make them short, skinny, fat. You can deteriorate the face. You have blend spaces for smiling and looking mean and all these good things. You can export via OPJ all of the textures, or you can send it to the cloud to get it rigged up, and you can also add animations from the Mixamo website. Fuse is probably the most popular software in this software genre. Also, to note, you can also download a package that will allow you to customize these substances and add more substances and create variations of the models inside of Fuse, like clothing and things like that. And I would highly recommend that to separate yourself from the other 50,000, 1,202 times another 54 developers out there using the same software. Last but not least is Character Creator 3. Character Creator is not free. So let me say that up front. It's not free, which is also why it was the last one to talk about. But if you can get over the price, it is a very, very good piece of software. It's probably the most feature-rich application out of these 4 overall. The things that they allow and the software that they include and that they have is just crazy. I mean, I can't even get mad that they charge for it. They have direct export for Unity and Unreal Engine. They also have LOD support for those engines to make them game ready. They even allow things like Dash 3D and Poser importing and transforming into what the Character Creator can use. The newest version has a more realistic look using a PBR workflow. It supports 3D scanning. It's compatible with everything from ZBrush, Substance Painter, 3D Coat, Quixel, Sketchpad, Blender, Cinema 4D, its own iClone animation system that they also bundle with if you buy a high enough tier. I'm actually saving up for this software, so whenever I do and able to buy it, I will be doing tutorials on it, specifically for things like maybe Unreal Engine, Unity, how to get it working with Lumberyard, you know, things like that. It also has a huge content library. They also offer a lot of free stuff to get you started. They offer anything from animations to 3D models. You can also set up scenes inside of the iClone, and you can create characters inside of Character Creator and push it to iClone, or in our case, push it to, you know, game engines. It's just an overall great product. They have good support. They make tutorials and videos regularly on their YouTube channel. So if you have the change, you have the money, if your game development has done well and you have made money and you need better looking characters, this is something that you might want to look into. They also have software for lip syncing and facial movement through iPhone technology. It has a lot of features going on for this software, and it's software like this that makes our job easier. So yeah, 4 character creators that you guys should know about. I hope I have given some insight to you guys. If you guys want to see a particular tutorial on any of these, let me know down below in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments. If you really enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you want to keep in touch with me, you guys can hit me up on my Discord. Go ahead and join that. We talk about Unreal Engine, Lumberyard, Unity. We talk about free resources. We talk about pretty much anything. So if you want to join that community, don't forget to do so. Other than that, I hope you guys are having a dope day. Hope you guys are prospering in your projects. And until next time, keep developing.